The matter before you now is a hearing on the withholding of a purse for mixed martial artist Diego Lopes. Diego Lopes competed in the MMA contest on April 13th, 2024, also referred to as UFC 300. His purse for that contest was $100,000. After his match, which he won, Lopes jumped onto and over the octagon fence, despite having previously received instructions not to. Again, pursuant to NRS 467.135 and NAC 467.147, a portion of respondent's purse was withheld from him. Specifically, $5,000 of the purse was withheld. A hearing on that purse withholding is scheduled for today's agenda meeting, and notice that the hearing was served on respondent on March 19th. A complaint was filed with the hearing date of May 31st, 2024, the next commission meeting. Again, NRS 467.135 states that the commission or its executive director may order the promoter to withhold any part of a purse if, in their judgment, contestant violates any regulations adopted by the commission or any of the provisions of the chapter. In this case, Lopes' act of jumping the octagon fence is alleged to be such a violation, and as such, a portion was withheld from the respondent's purse. Now here, on behalf of Executive Director Mullen, for today's purse withholding hearing, I request that the portion of the purse that was withheld continue to be withheld until there is a final disposition of this matter, currently expected to be at the next agenda meeting on May 31st. Thank you. And with that, I submit for your consideration.
Executive Director Mullen, when this happened, you had eye contact or some interface with someone from the UFC about this. What happened?
Well, as Mr. Lopes, or Lopez, however you pronounce his name, after he won, he jumped up and gestured toward Dana White, like, can I come over, can I come over? And Dana White gestured, come on over. And then I immediately stood up and took a step over that way. And Dana White said, I will pay his fine, I will pay his fine. And then our inspectors came around and proceeded to, as I was trying to get him back in the cage also, and our inspectors came around and escorted him back into the cage.
Okay. All right. Okay. Chair would entertain a motion to approve item number 6. We'll look at this on May 31st.
Commissioner Bordwin, move to approve item 6.
Commissioner Chen, second.
Moved and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you again. Matthew Feely, Deputy Attorney General, for the record, on behalf of Director Mullen. The matter before you here today is a hearing on the withholding of a purse for mixed martial artist Arman Tsarukyan. To begin, Arman Tsarukyan competed in an MMA contest on April 13th, 2024, referred to as UFC 300. His purse for that contest was $158,000. During the walkout to his match, respondent engaged in a physical altercation with a patron from the audience. Pursuant to NRS 467.135 and NAC 467.147, a portion of respondent's purse was withheld from him. Specifically, $31,600. 20% of the purse was withheld. A hearing on that purse withholding is scheduled for today's agenda meeting, and notice of the hearing was served on respondent on March 19th. The temporary suspension was issued to respondent and with a hearing date of May 31st, 2024. Mr. Tsarukyan, there is a hearing set for the next agenda meeting for his complaint. NRS 467.135 states that the commission or its executive director may order the promoter to withhold any part of a purse if, in their judgment, the contestant violates any regulations adopted by the commission or any of the provisions of this chapter. In this case, Tsarukyan's actions during his walkout are alleged to be such a violation, and as such, a portion of his purse was withheld. Now, when a purse is withheld, again, pursuant to NRS 467.135, a hearing is to be set immediately, and ultimately the money is held until the commission orders its disposition in accordance with the final action taken. Now here, on behalf of Executive Director Mullen, for today's purse withholding hearing, I simply request that the portion of the purse that was withheld continue to be withheld until there is a final disposition of this matter, currently expected to be at the next agenda meeting on May 31st. Thank you, and with that, I submit the matter for your consideration.
So this is just the item to approve the withholding.
Correct. His purse was withheld. We just want to continue withholding it until the matter is resolved at the next hearing.
Just making sure I remember. Mr. Chairman, I would move on item 5 that we approve the withholding per NRS for $31,600.
Second. Moved and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered. Thank you.
Hey, Commissioner Revilli here. I just got a question. Being new, that's really interesting. Going after a fan. What is the precedence on that subject? Does that happen quite often, or what's the history of that?
Not that I've ever heard. This is Commissioner Marnell. No, I've never seen that before.
I've never seen it either.
I mean, I agree with Commissioner Marnell on 4. We got to be really careful about setting the precedents. You go from, we dealt with you guys dealt with the Tyson biting off the ear, and now you got biting. So anyways, that's for later discussion. But man, that hits me when you got someone coming and going after fans. So I was, really curious. Have you ever dealt with that before? And you got to be real careful on what precedence there is on someone going after a fan.
When Khabib jumped over the fence, that was part of the discipline there, was
Yeah.
because he was in with the public, fans, and cornermen.
It's my understanding that they got this fan and asked him if he wanted to press charges. Well, can you fill us in on that, Executive Director Malone?
Yes, they talked to the fan, and the fan came out and apologized that he instigated the incident, said it was his fault. He was glad he didn't get kicked out, and he was really sorry that he started it.
Interesting.
He wasn't actually hit.
He was not actually hit.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, we'll talk about it in 30 days.